Hey guys, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video, we are going to be looking at another fake Game Boy kind of rip-off handheld. Here it is. Of course, I'm just joking. This is actually a hand-knitted Game Boy by my sister-in-law. How incredible is that? It's literally completely hand-knitted. It wasn't made by any sort of design. She didn't even have an original one in front of her. She just did it off of a picture. And I think it looks absolutely incredible. The quality of it is so high as well. I'm actually going to be auctioning this off for charity. The charity is going to be Mind Jersey. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be in a future video. But it's definitely a one-off and it looks super, super cool. And here it is. So this is actually the knockoff handheld. I did a review not too long ago of one, and the video got 300,000 views, which is absolutely mental. One of the really common feedback things that was in the comments was that I talk too much. I do read the comments. Some of them are really mean, and some of them are actually quite constructive. I know I talk quite a lot, so that's probably why I should stop talking and just open this box. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to compare this to any other ones. I'm just going to show you this product right here. And if you guys prefer this style, then let me know. And if not, then also let me know. So this is made by a company called Powkiddy. If I remember correctly, it was £17, which is about $20. Again, that's kind of how much these things go for. And then they kind of slowly lower down in price. It's got a lot of Japanese or Chinese characters here. And it just says One Piece. There's different colours down the side. I tried to get the white one because it had the red buttons as well, I believe, which look quite cool. If you want to buy one of these, I'll leave a link in the description. I got the black one, but it comes in red, and I think that's blue, although it looks like purple on here, and it is actually purple in person. I believe it comes in blue. Then on the side it says Shenzhen Powkiddy Network Technology Co. Limited, which is a nice name, rolls off the tongue. Tongue. And then we've got some random warnings, which I completely don't understand because they're all in another language. Apparently they've got a website called powkiddygame.com. Definitely go check out that website and get a virus or something on your computer. On this side, we have a horrendously toast-like picture of a Game Boy with an absolutely off-kilter screen, which looks horrendous. The only thing we can read is reset and start, but I imagine the rest is quite self-explanatory. Seriously, look how bad that is. I could do a better job in paint. Look at how wonky everything is. And then yeah, on the front it just says Powkiddy. It's got a little picture of what looks like a fake Kirby, but the head's been slightly chopped off because they haven't been able to print up to the corner, which is interesting. And then it says Q1 and bloody hell, it's big. That's what she said. Look at the size of that. My God, that is actually almost the same size as this ginormous knitted Game Boy. That is massive. That is absolutely ginormous. It's not too big, but it's wide. The screen is pretty average sized. It feels super light. Goodness gracious me. Okay, inside there's a rechargeable battery. Oh, I like that. I really like that. There's a rechargeable battery and the option to put regular batteries in as well. It looks like that's 3 AAAs, which is quite a lot, but probably not a massive amount. I feel like this thing is way thicker than it needs to be. We're going to open it up at the end. That was another thing that a lot of people wanted me to do. Instead I made a separate video, but I'll just make this video all in one, all inclusive. So let's have a look around the actual unit itself. On the front it's very self-explanatory. This is the kind of generic Game Boy look that they go for. We've got a D-pad, which actually doesn't look anything like a Game Boy. It's 4 separate buttons, which I never really like. It means you kind of have to really make an effort to go to each button, as opposed to the D-pad where you can kind of just rock your... I'll use this again. As opposed to this where you can kind of just rock your thumb around this, you actually have to move your finger, if that makes sense. We've got a rubber start and select. Actually, no, I don't think that is rubber, that is plastic, so that's not very comfy. Really, really spongy keys, a reset button. On the side we've got a really weird LED. I don't know why that would be on the side, but it is. There's a charging port that looks like a micro USB, which is quite nice. Again, we don't really see a lot of micro USB things. I can also see that there's some more stuff in the box, so we'll have a look at that in a sec. There's a headphone looking port, but I imagine that's probably an AV port, although it does look like a 3.5mm headphone jack as opposed to the tiny little 2.8, if that's what it is. On the top is the power button, on the back is a speaker and the battery cover, and that's pretty much your lot. So let's have a look at what else you get in the box really briefly before people kick off at me again. So inside we have a USB cable, which is to micro USB. Actually feels surprisingly high quality for a cheap Chinese thing. We've also got this. What is that? It's like a piece of card, which I don't know what that is. That's really, really confusing. It's a piece of card with some more characters on it that I can't understand. And then we have a product manual. So video game console product manual. We're not going to read through all of this because the translation is really poor, but I was going to say it doesn't look like they've got it in English, but they do. Battery usage, reset button. Do not put the battery into a fire or heat. The manufacturer does not bear any responsibility for the leakage or corrosion of the batteries caused by human beings, but any other individual is okay, so cats, dogs, whatever. Maintenance, do not disassemble or change the components of the game itself. Well, that's the only reason why you buy one of these things, I imagine, if you wanted to take it apart and put a Raspberry Pi in it. So, enough jibber jabber. Let's just open it up. I feel like I've tried to keep this video short, but it's already 7 minutes long and I haven't even turned it on. Oh god. So this is Super Mario Kung Fu Bros, which, goodness me. It's like, it's got some sort of a cutscene, I think this is. I imagine this is a re-skinned sprite from a game that everybody's going to tell me that I should know what the name of it is, but I don't know what the name of it is. I've seen this game before. It's a Famicom, well, it's a NES, a Nintendo Entertainment System ROM hack that is quite common on fake cartridges. So it's not surprised. I'm not surprised to see it on here. Let's reset this console and, oh god, oh my god! There isn't a volume wheel. Oh my god. So you have to listen to that noise. Oh no, there's a mute button. Oh god, it gets louder! That is horrendously loud. Right. Let's try and find a game that isn't utter awful. So this is obviously Super Mario Bros. And quite a normal version of it, which is quite nice to see. There's no lag at all, which is absolutely relieving as hell to see. Most of the time we review these consoles, there's loads of lag, which is really, really nice. So if you're buying it for playing some of these games, then you'd actually probably get some enjoyment out of it. We'll have a look at one more and then we'll open it up inside and see what's inside. Let's have a look at Fruit Pig. Oh god, that's not the start button. Oh god. Painful! For those of you who want to see what's inside, I've just taken a liberty to unscrew everything using this electric screwdriver that I've done a video on in the past. I'll leave a link to that in the description if you want to check it out. This thing is seriously dope. It takes screws out like an absolute dream. I'm not being sponsored to say this, by the way. It is genuinely something that I think is really cool. Plus the build quality on it is just superb. So one thing I should mention is when I first took it apart, I kind of thought, okay, you might have to do a little bit of Dremel work to get this piece of plastic out and have a slightly larger screen in there, but actually the whole thing just falls out and you've got plenty of room to put a larger screen in there. I'm not sure entirely the dimensions of the screen, but you'll definitely get some nice screen in there, and if not, you've got enough room to work with if you wanted to Dremel it out and fit something else in. You've got quite a lot of nice rooms for the buttons as well. In fact, if I was to be making a Raspberry Pi, I think I would just cut this middle piece straight out and just put an actual D-pad in there. You could probably 3D print something, or even a DMG button might fit in there perfectly fine. You could enlarge in these holes, and the start and select is already pretty good. In terms of everything else, it's just pretty generic. I don't think you're going to have a lot of hope trying to flash new ROMs onto this. and it's just really, really bog standard, to be honest with you. It's exactly what I'd expect to see inside this thing. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.